Welcome, everybody, back again to episode 2, Heroes on the Mat. Today I have Ryan Hansen competing June 8th for Heroes on the Mat 2 on the 225 division. Part-time police officer for Greenwood Lake and owner of Intrepid Strength and Conditioning in Warwick, New York. Ryan, how you doing?
All right, so I started jiu-jitsu. When Dave Maver opened up Henzo Gracie Warwick. I don't even remember. It was before COVID, and then on and off since then. I mean, I'm not the most frequent jiu-jitsu guy. I
Well, I
train,
mean,
but I
who
don't.
is other than the people
Yeah,
that compete full-time, you know?
yeah.
I hear you. You do mostly gi, no gi? Like, what's your favorite?
I do whatever I can get to. So
Yeah, me too.
I don't have a favorite. If I can I kind of make the Tuesday, Thursday classes if I can. Those are kind
Mhm.
of work out my schedule, and they end up being like one's a gi, one's no gi. So. And then
Yeah.
I try like Friday nights or no gi if I can get to Friday night if I'm not working or anything. So
Nice, cool.
yeah.
So how did you hear about Heroes on the Mat?
So one of the guys I work with, Jason Dwyer, I guess did Heroes on the Mat 1. And
I
then
recognize the name.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So I was like when they put out for Heroes on the Mat 2, I was like, let me throw that out there and put my name in the hat, see how it goes.
Nice, awesome. So what's your weight class and what's your rank? You already have a match, I believe. I saw it on the card.
Yeah. I don't know I don't even know the guy's name. Elliot or something, maybe. I don't remember.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
I'm currently like 225, 230. I'm probably going to be like way underweight, but I don't really care. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, well, it was a good
It's
time.
jujitsu. Who cares?
Right, right. The first one was great, man. I gotta tell you, packed house. People loved it. Matches were exciting. Everybody was hanging out. It was definitely a good time. What So, your law enforcement career. I saw you were saying you're part time in Greenwood Lake, right?
Yeah, part time. Been on for like, I think July will be like 3 year mark being
Okay,
a
all right,
part
nice.
time cop.
How is part time, full time doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm at I'm
It's, I started like law enforcement like years ago. Like I wanted to do that. I joined the Marine Corps, did all that.
Mhm.
And then I I went federal corrections when I got out of the Marine Corps.
Okay,
So I was doing federal corrections for a while. And then I left that to open up my gyms. I had 2 gyms for a little while, sold one of them, and now I have just one. And then when COVID happened, everything was shut down. So then
yeah,
like it came around like, hey, do you think about doing this cop thing? And I'm like, well, why not? It gives me opportunity to make a little extra cash and do something I've kind of always wanted to do. So
right, yeah.
part time works out well.
Listen, I'm envious, man.
Yeah, you guys are
This
like full time working like 80-hour weeks. I do that at the gym, but it's fun. So
so I was gonna get into that next. So I know you're the owner of Intrepid Strength and Conditioning, right?
yep,
Okay.
yeah.
How did that start?
So well, I got out of the Marine Corps. When I was in the Marine Corps, I kind of got into fitness and bodybuilding and strength training and all that. When I got out of or towards the end of the Marine Corps, people were asking me questions all the time about fitness, and I'd always like go find the answer and try to help people as much as I could. Then I got out of the Marine Corps, and I was like kind of looking for something to do, and kind of stumbled upon Muscle and Fitness had an article in there called Sweatshop, and it was about CrossFit. So I started doing CrossFit at Gorilla Fitness CrossFit Montclair in New Jersey.
Mhm.
Like in 2008 when they like first opened. I was like one of their first members. And then from there, I got certified in 2008 down in Virginia in CrossFit. And then I opened up the gym like 2 years later in 2010 in Warwick. So
Okay.
started there. You know, we were in Trapper Training and Conditioning to start. We like reopened as like CrossFit Warwick, but we kind of do so much other things than CrossFit. So we kind of like, we do weightlifting more. We do personal training and coaching and stuff like that. A lot of online coaching. I coach a Medal of Honor recipient that's in Virginia right now. So
Oh,
like
very
I
nice.
do a lot of like pretty different things in CrossFit. So I wanted to step away from that name a little bit. That's
Right.
why
Yeah.
it's in strength and conditioning.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you. I hear. It's crazy. I was doing some research on you. I saw on your Instagram you have a kids program.
Yeah, we have a pretty extensive kids program. I have a bunch of kids, so getting them to do something when they don't have sports is kind of where we're at. So we just run the kids programs like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Kids come in, they do weightlifting. Olympic weightlifting is a Olympic sport, so we kind of get them, like kind of the outliers, the kids that don't have a team sport or something like that. They kind of
Yeah.
fall into like, what am I going to do? I got to do some sort of fitness. Well, we got this like individual sport you can do that I'll put out there, like weirdos do weightlifting. So if you're like a weirdo kid, you don't fit into everywhere. Like we kind of got some weird kids in there, but it's all good. They're all like, they become a team. They all work together,
Mhm.
and go from there. But that's our kids program in a nutshell. But then we also like, I train also kids, like a whole basketball team comes Monday night and Friday night, every week. And then
Mhm.
various other times I'll do like a strength and speed camp in the summer, try to get football kids in, things like that.
How important is it? Because some of those kids, like, so you see kids nowadays from the ages of like 5 to 12, 13, 14. For example, I have a 5-year-old. This kid at his pre-K, all they talk about is all these YouTube thing. They're talking about YouTube, Roblox, this, that, and we try to really mitigate the screen time, and we try to mitigate just watching anything in general. Like they call it brain rot, right? How important do you think it is now for the kids that are coming up from like ages 5 and on to do anything, a sport, jujitsu, strength training, just do something that doesn't involve something like that?
I think it's very important. I think we forget about the importance of play, and a lot of people and a lot of kids are not playing like they used to, like going outside. Like we, as parents, you can't go do that. You can't go walk down the street. You can't go in the woods. Like when I was a kid, I like lived in the woods, like did shit, fucking hurt myself, like things like that. That's how you learn, and the importance of playing, right? Getting out there and doing those things. Not necessarily like that they have to come to the gym or they have to go to jujitsu. They just probably need to be outside playing more than what they currently do. And that's, it's hard, especially with like, my job, like I'm always at the gym. The kids are always playing there, but I'm always at the gym. So it's hard to facilitate all this stuff. And, other parents, like they got 1,000 things going on. You're working full time or whatever it is, but like facilitating the ability to play. If you can get your kids playing, I think that's the biggest thing. Get them away from the screen, introduce them to like, I love the national parks. So like going to national parks or something like that, try to get them out of like the everyday thing of sitting on the iPad. And as I'm speaking that, like my son's on definitely watching YouTube right now. But
It happens.
the importance
You
of
can't get away from it. Yeah.
he was chasing turkeys before, so we're okay. But
Multitasking.
you want to get outside and as much as you can, get them outside playing. And it's hard too, because like we live on our phones as well. I get it a lot because my business is the phone, right? So it's like, well, why are you on your phone? I'm like, well, like you like to eat, like, but those are things that they don't understand. And they just see like, oh, mom or dad are on their phone and I can't, be on mine. So sometimes it takes like a extra step away from me or, another parent or whatever to put the phone down and then go play with them also. And I think a lot of that too is like, it is important, but a lot of like, I watch it every day. Me and jujitsu share the wall, like we're next door to each other, and
Yeah.
like parents will like fuck pull up, drop, throw their kids out of the car, and fucking drive away. Like what? Unless you're picking up, I know we do it all the time, but like picking up another kid or some other practice you got to go to, like if you're gonna go sit in the parking lot, like you should be doing something, whether it's
Yeah.
walking around. Like I'm, my son has baseball practice. Everyone else is sitting there. I'm running laps in the park, like running laps around the field. People are like, what is this weirdo doing? But I'm always like doing something like, and I'm kind of being like the example, right? So like, they'll see me running or they'll see me doing something. They'll see me always like participate, try to do something. Like even with the Heroes on the Mat, like I'm getting out there, I'm doing something, right? I think that's another thing. Like a lot of parents like will be on their phone and then like, hey Johnny, go outside. It's like, well, you're not leading by example. If I'm outside, they're going to be outside too. So I think that's part of that. I know I went way off in tangent, but
No, it's good. It's good, man. And maybe it's just me because I have little ones. A lot of people, they're not having a lot of kids now. I see specifically in law enforcement a lot because I have 10 years on now. So it's funny because I see myself becoming like the old salty guy. Meanwhile, I still feel like the young guy. So I'm like in that middle period
yeah,
almost. But I see a lot of it, man. People are having kids later. People are still figuring it out. Like me, when I had my first, even when I had my second, my first two, I was like, it was a mess. I didn't know what to do. But slowly but surely, you figure it out. Let's circle back to like your story, because we kind of piecemealed it together a little bit. But take me back to whatever age you want to, teenager, young adults. You said you were a Marine veteran, former Marine. You went from that to federal corrections. Take me through the elevator pitch of Ryan Hansen.
oh jeez. All right. um, so let's like start. We'll start in high school, I guess.
Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go there, I guess. So in high school, I went to law enforcement like school. They have BOCES. I don't know.
Mhm.
It's like career technical, whatever. And they had a law enforcement class. You would go like your junior and senior year, like half the day there, and then go over back for regular, whatever school for the other half. So I started like law enforcement there. While I was in that class, 9/11 happened. Uh, we got a call from like a guy that was in like the on like in ground zero area. He called because he was in the class like 2 years before that, and he was like now NYPD officer, and he called knowing that like my one of the guys there was a Green Beret, so he called him and he's like, I don't know what to do, and then that was like it kind of that process started. And the teacher, Mr. Kilcullen, who's a Green Beret, he came in. He's like, "We're under attack," and then like my life changed. I think like kind of at that moment, like I had an idea that I was going to join the Marine Corps that I didn't really. I was like, "Oh shit, life is going to be different." Then for him, also like a Green Beret guy to say that you're under attack, I like get goosebumps thinking about that moment. Sitting there in that class. So I tried to join right away, but I was too young um, for the Marine Corps. Right, like the way as soon as I could. But they told me to wait. So I waited, joined the Marine Corps, like as soon as I turned 18, I think it was, where I could. I didn't need my mom, though she was mad about that. So then uh, you do a year in the Poolee program. That happens. I joined as soon as I graduated, or I shipped out as soon as I graduated, 2003. I went to Paris Island, South Carolina for boot camp. I got through boot camp, got through my training. I ended up being, I signed up for military police and corrections, and I ended up with the corrections part. I was like, what the hell is this? I didn't want anything to do with that. They were like, all of my friends are like military police guys. We're like, oh, and they're all going to like this other place, like Fort Leonard, Missouri. And they're like, Hanson, you're going to Texas. I'm like, what's going on? And so I ended up in San Antonio, Texas at Lackland Air Force Base for like 8 weeks. We did our corrections training there. And then I chose to go to Okinawa, Japan for a year. After that, I was stationed in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. And then I got out in 2007. Nothing happened. I never got deployed or anything like that. Only thing I went to was Okinawa. We tried to get deployed, but as a corrections guy, you're attached to the Marine Corps base. So you're kind of stuck at the base. They changed it towards the end of my 2007, but by that time I was like in trouble a bunch of times and I didn't want to stay in anymore. So I got in trouble in Okinawa for underage drinking, and then I got in trouble another time for something else. I was like, I'm done with this. So I got out in 2007, and then I was looking for a police job. I took a bunch of Bergen County like police job tests, like all that stuff in New Jersey. My parents moved from like Greenwood Lake, where I'm currently a cop, from Greenwood Lake to Hardiston, New Jersey. So it was like an hour, not 40 minutes away, but that's now where I was like, I'm in Hardiston now. So I was trying to get jobs in Jersey, which just made more sense. And then, so being over there in that, like at that time, that 2007, 2008 time frame. So I got out in June 2007. The world like blew up. That was when it took a nosedive and like nobody was hiring. No, like there'd be like 800 guys for one job, like the Bergen County Police Academy. It was like insane. It was like, I'm like, no, I'm not getting a job here. I was like, I don't know anyone.
Right.
You know, like those kinds of things back then, you know, it's very different now. But, so ended up, you know, I was taking all these tests. I was working at UPS for like a day or two. And then I got a call for a security job at General Dynamics. I started working there. And then I was like 3 or 4 weeks into that, I get a phone call to work, or if I was still interested in working for the Federal Bureau of Prisons in Otisville, New York. So I was like, yeah, please, let's do something. So I did that for 3 years. And then I opened up, with my ex-wife, we opened up in Warwick, the Intrepid Strength and Conditioning. And that was 2010. So I got hired in like 2008, 2009, and I kind of left 2012 from the Bureau of Prisons. I did open the gym, then pieced out from there because the gym was kind of like set up and moved on. Had the
How
gym
was it
since
working?
2000.
How was it working in the federal prison system?
It's different. So it's like, so Otisville Federal Prison was opened in like 1980, I believe. So there was guys in there. Like I went in, I was born in 84. There was guys that have been in there since 1980. And I'm like, holy shit. Like it's very, you know, very different. Like guys serving life. So, you know, they're like, oh, we've been here longer than you. And I'm like, holy shit, they've been here forever. Like way longer than me, you know? So
Yeah.
it was a different thing. And I'm like sitting there after like 3 years, I'm like, I can't imagine me unlocking and locking the same doors for the next fucking 20, 30 years. Yeah. It was like, I can't imagine unlocking and locking these doors and seeing the same people. Like, you know, you have coworkers or whatever, you'll see them for like 20 years, but like inmates, like dealing with them, they're actually not terrible people. They just made some bad mistakes. I just didn't want to do it anymore. I was like, screw this. I want to, you know, change. I like, I don't want to be around the worst of the worst, you know. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to be around positive people. I want to make life-changing decisions, come into the gym, and I'm there every day that I can make like change somebody's life, whether it's like losing weight with the, you know, owning the gym is where everybody's positive. Things positive. We have people that come in, they're, you know, the doctor gives them some bad news. Hey, you're, you know, high blood pressure, you're about to be pre-diabetic, or you're pre-diabetic, whatever it is. And we have a chance to change that, make their life better, you know, get them off high blood pressure medication, make them lose weight or help them lose weight. So that's my passion, is like helping people, you know, be better for themselves, be better for their kids, be better for their families, whatever it may be. That's my jam.
Like you had that yin and yang almost.
Yeah.
Like dichotomy. It's crazy. It's, you know, it's crazy because a lot of people in law enforcement have side gigs, side businesses, side things going on, especially the guys and girls that have, you know, the rotating, like the 12-hour shifts, is sometimes they have a lot of days off. How do you balance the two right now?
Well, my side gig is law enforcement.
Well, yeah, even that, yeah. How
Yeah.
how do you feel balancing the two?
So I work overnights, so it kind of helps a lot. And then my gym is set up where like, so I'll get off at 4 a.m. And my first class is at 5 a.m. So I could do 5 and 6 a.m. I come home, take a nap, uh, put the kids on the bus, and then take another nap. And then a lot of the stuff happens like we're like more of a commuting gym, so a lot of people commute into New York City or
Okay.
wherever. But so by commuting means like we have the early morning classes and we have the evening classes, and we don't have really like there's not much of like a day shift kind of idea. There's not many people that come in during the day. Like there's not like we don't have like a lunchtime class because we don't really have the people to fill a lunchtime class because everyone leaves to go to the city in this area, roughly. I mean, we probably could do it, but we don't get that many people.
Right.
It just doesn't make sense. I have like 24/7 access. People can come to the gym anytime they want, but our classes are kind of centered around the commuting schedule, and that's where it's at. But it works out well with my schedule because I can get to the gym, coach, or and then take naps or go to sleep or whatever, and then coach again, and then go to work. So it
Mhm.
makes life easier that
And
way.
when did you start training jujitsu?
So Dave opened up Henzo Gracie Warwick. One of the guys I was personally training, he's like, "Hey, there's a jujitsu studio opening up in town," and I'm like, "No way!" I'm like, literally, I was going to join like 2 towns over because I was like, "Oh, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this." And then it opened up, and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna go right here." So I walked in there, still putting like mats on the walls, and I set everything up. I'm like, "I'm ready to join right now." Like, where do I sign up? And then the kind of the rest is history. I've been training, on and off ever since I got. Uh, we could talk about that a little bit more too, or talk about that. But back and forth. I moved closer to the gym at a time, so I was like walking there back and forth. Made life a lot easier to get there, and
Mhm.
I didn't have any kids or anything like that, and I was living a single life. So
Gotcha. I
cool.
so I'll pause it for a second. You cut out when you said we could talk about that for a little bit. I missed like the what were you gonna say? Sorry.
So so what the fuck? When was that? 18. I got into I totaled my truck drinking. Came home from UFC fight. I totaled my truck, and my ex-wife's new husband arrested me. It's a good time.
Wow.
So then, like, still drank after that for like another month, but then I got sober. I was like, the
Mhm.
only, common denominator in my life that was fucking me up was alcohol. So I took that out, and like, I literally it was like, I'm fucking done drinking. And then I've been sober for like 6 years now. So, and that was like, I got my DWI and all that shit or whatever, like, I don't know, AI, whatever it's called. And then I still was hired as a police officer. So try to like to bring that up. Like people tell me not to say anything about that. I'm like, what? Like it's in my record. It's like it is what it is. These guys keep it bottled in, then they start drinking, and then the next thing there's a fucking gun sitting next to them, and then they're fucking dead. Like
Yep.
that's not how this should go.
There's
That's like you can go,
three people in my department the last two
yeah,
months, I believe.
yeah, fucking
Crazy.
brutal.
It's an
Like what
epidemic.
do you? Yeah, it's crazy because these guys you get the don't tell anyone about that. Some DA is going to have fun with you at a thing. Good, let them, and then bring up. Yeah, you know why we talk about this? This is why we talk about this because guys like you keep it like keep us fucking shutting our mouths because we're just trying to do our job. We're just trying to do our job, and we have problems too. Everyone has them. We're fucking all human. Whether you are a fucking top notch cop, you got some problems. Whatever it is, there's something going on there. And if you're not talking to somebody, you're not getting it out. You got problems. Like, and I think we perpetuate like trying to be tough and all this in our thing here, but it's like being tough and saying like, hey man, I'm not okay is going to be, it's going to be better in the long run. It'll save your life. Like literally,
Yeah.
like it saved
No,
mine.
I agree.
I crashed my truck. Before I crashed my truck, I probably fucking almost died like 1,000 times. Like I was not okay. I had to go get help. I had to go talk to people. I had to do a lot of things. I had to like do a lot of internal digging, like figure out what the hell was going on with me. And okay, now I'm on a path and I'm way better than I was. And I'll never be down that path again. And I'm like, Heroes on the Mat is a reason why, like, I want to talk about my story and get it out there and like hopefully help other people, be better. Like I said, with the gym, I want you to be better. And, I have friends that have killed themselves. They've like one guy, Westerman, killed himself. He was a sheriff's officer and he killed himself. He had 4 kids. Like, what are you doing? Like,
Crazy.
how can it be that bad? Like, how could it, like, whatever it is, like, talk to somebody. There is somebody that went through like the same problem you're having, whatever it is. And it'll be okay. But like a lot of, toughen up, don't do like it. You got to talk to somebody. And then there's always like, well, if I talk to somebody, somebody's going to take my gun. Somebody's going to do this, and they might for a little while
Let them.
until you're okay. Yeah, let it. Yeah, it's better. It's like you're not dead. You'll be okay. Right. Like I think there's like a lot of stigma around cops talking to people or saying they have a problem, and I think a lot of us we do, and we bottle it up, and it doesn't always end up being in the right way, like to release it. Whether you're going to jiu-jitsu or you're going to the gym or you're going this way, I think there's healthier things than drinking and whatever else.
I was going to say jiu-jitsu is a great outlet.
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of things that are great outlets. Just getting up and going for a walk, getting sunlight, great outlet.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu, great outlet.
The thing about jiu-jitsu that people don't think about is the community. The community is what is going to keep you alive, right? If I'm going to jiu-jitsu to go see my buddy, hey, I'm going to go Dan's meeting me at 10:30 at this time. And you get that community, you have these people, like, especially as we get older. I'm 40, right? So like, I don't have any fucking friends. Like, I'm not going to go make friends. Where am I making friends besides a bar? I don't go to the bar anymore.
Right.
So
I was going to say,
where am I making friends at 40? At 40 years old, I'm not making friends. And then it gets real lonely real quick, especially as a cop. Like, you might, if you work in New York City and you live up here, there's a bunch of other cops around, but might not know anyone. So you're here, you're all alone. It's not fun. You go to jiu-jitsu. It's like, hey, Dan, hey, fucking Ryan, what's up? How's it going? How's it, this, that, and the other thing. You start talking to people that you don't necessarily would ever talk to. And that community, same with my gym, is like this community aspect of it that I think a lot of times we are missing. It just helps kind of, even if you're like on the mat, you end up talking to guys for a lot longer than you would normally. And you become friends, you start doing stuff, hanging out, things like that. And I think that community aspect helps a lot of things.
It's that camaraderie. Really, you can't, I wouldn't say you can't find it anywhere else, but the jiu-jitsu camaraderie it's very unique in my opinion. I've made friends with people that I would never be friends with.
No,
ever.
100%.
The circumstances would never meet. They would just never.
No, I totally agree. There's like, I say it all the time, like in the gym that I have. So I have like super liberal people and super conservative people like hanging out, talking all the time. And I'm like, they would never like if they saw what each other posted online, they would never fucking talk to each other. Like I see it because I'm friends with this one or that one. They're not friends together on theirs, whatever. And I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, somebody would be like, listen, I can't be your friend on Facebook, but in the gym, we're cool.
Yeah. But like, same thing with jiu-jitsu. It's like, you see these guys, they'll post things and I'm like, holy fuck. But like, I don't care either way, whatever you want to do. That doesn't matter to me. But I'm just like, you you would not talk to each other ever if it
Ever.
wasn't for this one thing we got, either jujitsu or my gym or whatever. Like, it's just hilarious sometimes.
I'm starting to see the same thing kind of form with Heroes on the Mat too, because it's bringing people from other departments and other areas of work together that would normally like really never be together. I mean, it's very typical. You have like the in the first responder realm, you have corrections, police, EMT, fire, and yeah, you might see them at a call or a job or a this or a that, like just together for the one time. But it's almost like those individual cliques never really meet, except for this is the first event that I've seen where like all first responders come together. And really, the first event was incredible. I'm very excited for the second event in June. But that's another thing too. Like I'm seeing the people who competed in the first one, the people who are signing up for the second one, the shareability about it. I think it's incredible, and it almost hits on that camaraderie of just jujitsu, grappling, law enforcement, police work, just being healthy. I think it's a great thing.
I think it's seeing the first one. I watched the match that Jason Dwyer did, but like just the idea behind it, getting people together, and then like Project 22 and things like that. Trying to,
Yeah.
it seems like it's kind of hitting the nerve that we need to, and like understanding and trying to get it out there. Like, guys are not okay, and it's okay that they're not okay. And we're gonna do things like Heroes on the Mat to kind of bring awareness to those, and then help like facilitate. Hey, you want to do jujitsu? This guy in your department does it, and he just did this event, and he can help you find a gym to go to, and then you could be doing this event one day. But as long as you get to these, start training, start going, and it'll help your law enforcement career too, so you don't end up doing something crazy, you know. So like those things all help out. And then, like getting everybody together, we work hand in hand with, fire department, EMTs and all that. And like getting that, building a camaraderie together with everyone is kind of cool too. Like, so you get to see that, like, even though like our departments are super far away, but it's still like, it doesn't matter. It's funny that like there's a coach from my weightlifting world that just signed up. He's going to be doing Heroes on the Mat too, but he's a cop down in Nassau, like way out there in Long Island. And I was like, holy shit. I'm like, Steve's going to be doing this. This is awesome. Like
I know,
that's a funny.
I've trained with him at the open mats. Nassau is my department too. I just saw his
Oh, okay.
card get posted up.
Yeah. Yeah. So he used to coach weightlifting. I don't know if he still does, but I haven't seen him in years. We'd go down to weightlifting meets in Long Island all the time. And then I'd be like, oh, Steve's here. I'm like, oh shit, he's competing. This is awesome.
It's a
That's
small
good.
world, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you get that like family tree branch, and it's like it's almost like
Yep.
I know a lot of like first responders, law enforcement, they don't use LinkedIn, but if you use LinkedIn, you see that like
Yeah.
oh, this guy's connected to this girl that's connected to
Yeah.
this guy, and like you know each other through that.
Yep.
It's the same thing in like law enforcement, first responders. Like oh, so and so. That's why I
Yeah.
think this event is becoming so viral so fast
Yeah.
because of those network connections. I mean, it's the
Yeah.
networking effect.
Yeah.
It's good, and it's bringing together people who have very interesting stories. What you're saying about sobriety, mental health, wellness, the drinking, it's nobody really you're so right, nobody really talks about it. Why? I should ask this: if somebody's watching this right now and they might not even know they have a problem, right? And it might not even be a big problem, but it might be. What would be your advice to somebody who may be on that slippery slope or that edge of having a drinking problem?
Uh, you probably already do. Without even knowing it, a lot of people will be like, "Oh, I think I should stop drinking." When as soon as you do that, you have a drinking problem. It's regardless. You could say, "Oh, I don't really. I could stop tomorrow." What, you got a problem. If you think you overdid it, oh, I had a little too much on Saturday night. And I shouldn't be doing that. There's something going on there. So,
Yeah.
a really good resource, I think, for a lot of people that, especially just to start out talking to people. There's an organization called Rep for Responders. and they do
Hmm.
a Sunday like virtual talk. You don't have to put your camera on or anything like that. You probably don't even really need to use your first name, but you can start talking and people discuss that. There's a lot of guys that have been through, their guns taken away. Like Frank, the founder of Reps for Responders, he had his gun taken away. He was in depression and all kinds of stuff. There's another guy that was arrested for drinking and CPS, whatever, controlled substance stuff, for drinking and taking oxycodone and stuff like that. Like those things happen, and we, as cops or whatever, can get in trouble for that. So,
Hmm.
they have this Rep for Responders. They have a Sunday talk. You can find it. Go to Instagram, Rep for Responders. I just went to an event they had. It was really awesome. But they have like a first responder talk. And I would venture to say, if you think you have a problem or you are in that talk, you don't want to go to AA because it's going to be a bunch of guys that you arrested before. Go to the Reps for Responders Instagram, talk to them, get onto the Sunday Rep for Responder Rep Talk or something like that it's called. But get on there and then start there. And then if you're full time, you probably have insurance, and they will give you opportunities to go talk to therapists. And I think, or anybody, just go talk, go start talking. I used to do a walk and talk thing with a therapist, like around my town. So I just go walk and we talk for like 2 mile walk, easy day. I don't know if you could find somebody that would want to walk and talk. They probably have other clients and stuff, but he was more than happy to do that for me. And it was an alcohol and substance abuse counselor, and we just walked around, talked, and it
Hmm.
was nice. It helped out a lot. But you got to talk to somebody. You get it out. Message me, whatever. Well, I'll help you. We'll start talking. It's fine. But I think you just got to start talking to somebody. Once you think you have a problem, or if you had a little too much, and that's like the third week in a row, you're like, oh, this is kind of waking up hungover 4 days in a row.
Yeah.
That's not okay. I think you'll know if you have a problem. If you don't, then I don't know. But when you have a problem, go talk to somebody. Get the ball rolling on talking to somebody. And it's just going to get worse if you don't kind of stop it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got.
And being in the first responder worlds, just whatever job it is, it doesn't matter. It's like fuel to that fire. It
Yeah.
just accelerates it. It's even worse. It's not,
Yeah.
it's just, it does. It makes it worse because somebody explained it to me once. He's actually our PBA president now, for the police side. I'm in the detective squad, but he's a big proponent of it. He basically started the health and wellness like program for Nassau County. And the way that he would explain it to us, he spoke to us in the academy, is that being a first responder, law enforcement, whatever, and dealing with home stress and just the stress of life. Like life's fucking hard, Like sometimes it just happens dealing with all at the same time. It's like a boiling pot, and it'll boil up to add more water, and it's going to get up to that point. It's like, at what point are you going to do something that like takes a little bit of water out? Because once you start boiling and it starts seeping over, now your wife and this are having this issue, or now, there's no overtime, you're getting cut, and like there's issues with the bills, and now this and now that, and it just compiles and it compiles and it compiles. But like, people don't even find enough time to, sit down, stare at a wall, and just deep breathe 5 minutes.
Yeah. 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 I
Something
mean,
as simple as that.
yeah. I think we're so kind of high strung too. With like there's always something to do. Always have to do something. Always have to do
Yeah.
something. Um, there's no. I like to say, like, take time to look. There's no time to like look. Even like some of the younger guys I have in our, they'll respond to a call and they're like, what? Where are you going? What do you do? Like, it's not that important, and you're fucking flying by shit that might fucking be important.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like take time to look, like, as you get up, slow down a little bit, like things like that. Like as you approach life, or like take time to look around, breathe. Breathing is huge. I think people forget about all of that stuff. And I think once you have the opportunity to go, even if you don't have a problem, I would say go talk to somebody. Every once in a while, it's good to get out there and kind of like, we see things in our line of work that is not okay.
Yeah.
So, like getting that, talking about it is going to help, like, cause you don't want to turn it into something where like, I don't want to talk about it, I'm going to bury it. And then I start drinking and I start drinking, like those things too. So if you could avoid that, like where I don't have to drink to numb away the pain that I have from something I saw at work or, something, any of that. Try to avoid before it happens, before we get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan, I got to tell you, I didn't even know we were going to go this deep. I think I mean, it's the most important thing. It just every person that's watching this could take something from the last 20 minutes of what you were just talking about.
Well, I think a lot of people, whether you're first responder or not,
Yeah.
we all have busy lives. We all do stuff, but like there's, a lot of like overweight issues and all the things, like it all becomes like there was some trauma that happened at some point, whether you ate, whether you drank, whether you did drugs, there was some trauma that happened to you at some point in your life that made you do that. Right. So getting it out, talking about it, or finding a way to like deal with it, whether it's jujitsu or going to the gym or this, that, or the other thing. I think talking really helps. And then coupling that talking with like some sort of activity, whether it's going for a walk or breathing or jujitsu or the gym. I think those all help. There's definitely trauma. We've experienced it. Mom yelling at us, dad hitting us, whatever, like something. Seeing a car accident, seeing this, that, you start talking to your mom and dad, they'll tell you something that happened. Like my dad told me one time he saw like a kid get hit with a bike, like a 4-year-old, and died, like on Staten Island. Like that's crazy. Like that stuff hurts. That hurts. It's in there somewhere. It's deep. And like,
it's back
you don't, yeah, it's in there. And if you don't get that out and like figure out a way to like process that's hard, especially like we don't have like we don't have it for that. We don't have like a way to process and get that out by ourselves. I think you get somebody that's professional, can help you and discuss things and kind of relate to you. I think that will help.
So I would say this actually, they got some, listen, man, they got guys like you. There's not a lot of people, and this is not to like toot your horn or anything like that or stroke the ego, but there's not a lot of people that have the courage to get on camera and speak to people like this. Not a lot. It is not in this world, not in first responder land.
So I just went to that rep for responders thing, and I kind of left almost more open because I talk a lot about my stuff, and then Nick Lavery was there and he was talking about like it's the love of like the guy next to you and the guy to left to the right, you do what you do. And I'm like, fuck, that is exactly what it is. Right. Yeah. And we're losing all these guys, but we're not telling them that we love them. We're losing guys left and right. And it's like, dude, I love you. Like, I do not want to see you go anywhere. I want you here, regardless of you're fucked up, regardless of you have an investigation, regardless of this, that, and the other thing. I want you here. Your kids are going to want you here. Everybody's going to want you here. And that's all about love. And I think, like he was saying, a bunch of tough guys in this room, there was a bunch of cops and stuff. Like no one kind of understands that. I think or no one wants to talk about that, but it's love. Like, dude, I don't want to see like, regardless if we have any issues, whatever, like, I love you. I'll do whatever you need me to do. And I think it's all about the love in this world that we don't talk about. We kind of, I don't want to say love. I don't want to say that. It's like, no, that's like, you go into that room with your partner because you love that guy. That's right. Not because like I'm getting paid $33 an hour. Yeah. That's not why you go in that fucking room. Sorry. It's not why you fucking go in that room. You're going in there because he's going in there You're going in
Yeah.
there with him. I don't even know his wife's name, but I love him. You know what I mean? Like it's different. You're not going in there because you're going in there because he's going in there. You're protecting him. You love him. And people don't want to say that. And I think that's like where it stems from. Like, no, I love you, dude. I want to make sure that you're okay. Whatever we got to do to make sure you're okay is what we need. I think we need more of that.
I don't think we could have ended this recording on a better note, Brian. To bring it full circle,
Yeah.
from my point of view, you get that on the mats too.
Yeah.
You might
100%.
have somebody that demolishes you. Oh my God, 2 days ago, I got like, what do they call it? A go-go plata, whatever. You get choked
Yeah.
with somebody else's foot. Like,
Yeah.
terrible. And then afterwards, I'm like, that was awesome. Like, that was
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you just simulated killing me with your foot, and I love it.
Yeah.
It's great. Show me how to do that, please. You know,
Yeah. I mean, I'm in the same boat. I'm like, I'll roll with the professor, and like, I'm like, what the fuck was that? Like, it's like, you're just like, I'm like laughing. Like, oh, that was the craziest shit I've ever seen. You're
yeah,
choking me with this, that, or the other thing. And I'm like, I'm dead.
yeah.
But like,
Or
you
everybody,
have a
and
great time.
yep. Anybody watching this, anybody watching this who trains, they'll know you have that really tough match with somebody where it might start off like slap bump and just walk
Yeah.
around feel, but then all of a sudden something happens and you 1,000%, and then it's 1,000% for like 4 minutes straight, and then you guys are done and you look at each other and you're like, "This is my brother right here. Like we just went to
Yeah.
hell and back."
Yeah. Yeah.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah, man. That's what it's all about. Love.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
This is going to be great for clips, short clips, reels, YouTube shorts. It's going to be incredible. Well, listen,
Awesome.
Ryan, tell everybody where they can find you. What's your Instagram in case people have any questions or they want to reach out after the show?
Yeah. So, Intrepid Golden, that's my personal, Instagram. If you want to follow the gym, it's intrepid underscore NY underscore, Warwick. If you want to follow our weightlifting club, it's Warwick underscore Warwick underscore weightlifting underscore club. And then that's our stuff. So, and I do, Golden Bear coaching too, but if you want to do that, I also coach
Amazing.
people on that, like I said. So, yeah.
Amazing. And for anybody watching this, the link will be down below if you guys want to look up Ryan Hansen, June 8th, Heroes on the Mat. What's the sign off? What do you got for everybody before we end the show?
I love you guys.